So just in case you were wondering what that Patreon was going to look like, it's just actually a live cam of Kenny playing Diablo.
Hey, man.
Sipping some whiskey.
Keeps.
And welcome to episode 197 of Mashup, the best bourbon conversation you, Kenny, are going to hear all week long. We're your hosts, Stephen, Anthony, and Kenny. What's going on?
Hello, gentlemen.
That was very melodic of you. Hello. Very nice.
Yes, I like Kenny's better.
Yeah, how are you guys doing?
I am very good.
Well,
I've been sipping for 6 hours.
Oh, yeah. Kenny is indulging in some experimentation.
And no, we're just after dinner time now.
Right, after dinner, and we're recording. But, I'm not going to lie to you guys. In October here, I was not expecting, number one, the Cleveland Guardians, still get used to calling them that, to be in the American League Championship Series. And as of the time of recording this, is the day after they lost to the New York Yankees 4-1, right? So the series is over. The Yankees are going to the World Series, and they're going to play probably the Dodgers or the Mets because we're recording this on a Sunday. We don't know yet. And it was kind of a hard pill to swallow, I'm not going to lie, because even though our payroll is one of the lowest in the entire Major League Baseball, and the Yankees is one of the highest payrolls, I have been going to Cleveland games since I was probably 6 or 7 years old. That was the first time I've gone to one before they were even in Jacobs Field. That was when they were municipal, when nobody was there. Like, you could yell at the players and they'd be like, "Kid, leave me alone," because they were so bad. And so when 94 came around, they opened a new stadium. I mean, it was not uncommon for me to be there for multiple games a year, sometimes up to 8 to 10 games a year. And so I've probably seen 80 games, Cleveland Indians games in person over my life. And
how many Guardians games you seen?
I've not seen a single Guardians game.
Thank goodness I wouldn't either.
Not a fan.
Hey, well, I don't want to get into the name change.
Go Tribe.
I know, I don't want to get into that. I mean, but it's really a tough thing. And so when the Yankees won, like, I could not. I was very active on social media. I couldn't withhold my hate for the Yankees. Not only
or the refs, right?
What's that?
Or the
umps. Yeah, the umps. I mean, they were okay, but the human element in the game drives me nuts. Like, these guys, like, one guy's got a strike zone that's like the size of like a tiny box, and the other guy's like calling everything a strike, and you got to deal with that every single game. But it hurts to lose to the Yankees because we did beat them in some battles in the 90s and 2000s and whatnot. But, like, God, man, I was very active on social media and said some crazy things, like accusing some of the Yankee guys of being on steroids and stuff.
Did you do outbursts on online?
I did. I did some outbursts. I mean, I know you're so disappointed in me. I couldn't control my rage, but I guess congratulations to the Yankees.
Weren't you going to try better this year?
What's that?
Weren't you going to try better this year?
I think it was this. Was it this year or was it 2 years ago? That's my New Year's resolution to try to do better. But yeah, when it comes to sports, all bets are off, man. And freaking, I hate the Yankees. Congratulations to them, but I freaking hate them. They buy their entire team. They got 3 of the best power hitters in the game, and I hope they get crushed in the World Series. I mean, I probably won't watch, but I hope they just get absolutely annihilated.
Well, if it means anything, I mean, if you have the lowest payroll and they have the highest, and you came down to meeting them,
top 4 team, right?
Pretty good.
That's pretty good, right? Go ahead.
But imagine.
Just
imagine.
What? Imagine
having the 9th highest paid coach and sucking in football, even though you got the 9th highest
we don't.
coach.
Hey,
so
Kenny,
our UK football
we don't
woes,
have to imagine. It says here.
Our UK football woes have to
man.
help bring some relief to your Indians baseball.
Well, you know what? That's the funny thing. You brought up UK football. I'd love to hear Steven's thoughts on this too, because I know you go to the games and stuff like that, brother.
Sickening.
But I just, man, last night I was tired from the day because we did a lot of fun stuff with the kids and everything else. And when they were getting ready to go to bed, I was just settling to watch both UK and the Guardians and the Yankees.
Double header.
Yes, I'm watching the UK Florida game and the Guardians Yankees, and I was so tired. I dozed off for like 45 minutes. And then when I woke up, I'm like, oh my God, this is the worst scenario. They're both losing and they're both going to lose at the same time. Oh, God. Yeah. So it was like, I got a double whammy where both UK lost and my Guardians lost in the last, like right around 11 o'clock. And it was just like sadness all around. But yeah, we got one of the highest paid coaches in the nation. And we can't seem to get it together in football.
I mean, what happened to defense? I mean, we're so high on defense, and they're just running all over us and doing whatever they want.
It looks like a team that doesn't care. I don't really know as to what to say about them. Like it's sad, man. People, our listeners might not care, but like just commiserate with us. Think about the teams you like and the teams you follow, and just feel what we're feeling for a second.
Like, I didn't even like. I was like driving home, and we were listening to it.
Right.
And then when we got home, I kind of just forgot about it.
All right.
And then when I woke up in the morning, I was like, "Oh, what happened?"
Oh, so you just blew it off that much? You just like
because I saw some of the first half, and I was like, "They're gonna lose this."
You're like, I'm not watching this, man. Yeah, no. And so I was actually telling someone the other day, I don't know what I'm going to do now. Like the Browns suck. The Browns are so bad. They are so bad, and they're not going to be anything worth watching. So now, what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to Kentucky basketball.
You'll need to come over to my page.
What are you doing?
I work and sip bourbon. That's it.
Can I be a fan of
you?
And
I play Diablo. So I work, I sip bourbon, and I play Diablo.
So just in case you were wondering what that Patreon was going to look like, it's just actually a live cam of Kenny playing Diablo.
Hey, man.
Sipping some whiskey.
It keeps me in touch with my oldest son. Me and my oldest son play Diablo.
There you go. So
he lives out of the area, so I get to talk to him a lot.
Well, that's good that you're bonding with him, but I mean, come on now. Like, there's nothing for me to watch until the Cavs start playing basketball and UK starts playing basketball, and that's
it's only next week or the week.
That's next week, or is it 2 weeks?
Oh, it's coming up.
It's coming up, and that's exhibition, right?
Yeah,
yeah. But yeah, we'll get to see what Mark Pope's made of. Okay, that's what we're gonna do here before we get to talking about tonight's bottle and review. Mark Pope, what do you think?
Did you see what they ranked us to be? What, like last place in the SEC or eighth place or something?
Yeah, something ridiculous.
Man, and a couple of my close friends think we're going to get just freaking destroyed this year.
Really?
That's what.
God, I
think we're going to do good.
I think so too. If we let's put it this way: if we're bad, everything I know about collegiate athletics is just out the window. Because I've mentioned this before. My son and I went to the father-son camp. We got to mix it up with the players, have a great time over there. I've got to watch all these videos that UK is producing, which are doing a fantastic job. Everything looks like amazing. But all I keep hearing is people go, wait till they play against other teams. Wait till they play against a powerhouse. They're going to get slaughtered. And I'm like, is that really going to happen? It just doesn't seem like it's going to happen.
It could, man. But I choose to be optimistic.
Right?
Yeah.
I think we're going to do really good. But the Midnight Madness, Big Blue Madness, whatever they call it, so the players were doing, like, it wasn't like the full-on game, but it was like a, whatever it was, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, like the fast break stuff. And so the lady was interviewing Pope, talking about how many shooters and the shooters and this and that and the shooters. So Pope and the interviewer were in the foreground, and the game was in the background.
Talking
about how good the shooters
have it on TV, yeah.
80% of the shots we missed while we were talking about how good the shooting was. But the reason I'm optimistic is I saw what Pope did last year with BYU.
Right.
And some of the big games he won. And I think we're going to do good this year.
Oh.
And the other thing is, I mean, how much worse can we be from getting bounced in the first round of the tournament like we did with
we just have to make the first
when Cal. I'm trying to think of a nice name to say for Cal. Freaking jerk. I'm just gonna say Cal.
I heard Cal listens to the podcast.
Screw Cal. Screw Cal.
He's gonna leave us a 1-star review.
He's just. I mean, he's just.
I
Cal's
listen to
only
these
about
guys.
Cal, man.
These jokers don't know what they're talking about. He would say it very deliberately like that, right?
Dude, it's just like when. I saw some of the reporting on that. So like the practice facility and the offices and all that, whatever
the Joe Kraft Center?
Yeah, right.
All that stuff was Cal had it filled with just Cal accolades.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So Pope comes in, he takes all that crap out and puts UK stuff in there. Cal is only about Cal, man. Screw that dude. So,
Steven, did you know we were going down this route?
No, I did not.
So I'm excited at Pope. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at least Pope's about UK.
Right.
There you
and
go.
the players and the fans and Kentucky. It's at least about Kentucky now, not about Cal now.
Name on the front of the jersey.
That's right.
That's right.
Go Indians, I mean Guardians.
Well, gentlemen, for this week's review, we have quite a long one.
Oh, my God.
So strap in.
Is this the one?
This is the review of all reviews. And
I legitimately thought AI wrote this.
I did too.
yeah, see,
I think we said that.
And
Yeah.
I thought, yeah.
I even talked about that, and I was quickly, like I say, reprimanded, but I was quickly corrected
yes.
that no, this was it was a very incredibly thought out review
Yes.
from a gentleman that has a journalism background
Right.
with a very good vocabulary.
Absolutely. And if I miss anything here, it's because I'm probably going to lose my breath here in the middle of this one. But
You want to pass this around and we take like turns like it was in fourth grade? We each read like a section of the book.
we might have to do that. We'll see. I'll do the best I can.
All right.
And I got an extra special voice ready for this, right?
Oh,
It's
can't
got
wait
to
to hear
sound
it.
professional.
Yeah.
So this review was left for us. It's a 5-star review by UK Rhino. And the title of the review was The Best Review You Will Read All Week. So here we go. Are you guys ready? Strap
Boom,
in.
I'm ready.
Go.
Oh. In the ever-evolving tapestry of the podcasting landscape, few audio offerings manage to encapsulate the rich, complex, and nuanced world of bourbon quite like the mashup, a veritable auditory symposium hosted by the charismatic trio of Kenny, Anthony, and Steven. This engaging podcast, which deftly marries the realms of spirited discourse and erudite exploration, invites listeners on a delightful journey through the multifaceted domain of bourbon, a distilled spirit that embodies not only a rich heritage but also a profound cultural significance that transcends mere consumption. From the very first episode, the astute listener is greeted by the mellifluous timbre of Kenny, whose expertise in the realm of bourbon is both extensive and infectious. His welcoming demeanor serves as the perfect gateway into the nuanced world of distillation, aging, and tasting notes, setting a warm, convivial tone that permeates each discussion. Kenny's ability to weave personal anecdotes with historical context creates a tapestry that is both educational and entertaining, ensuring that the audience is not merely passive recipients of information, but active participants in a shared narrative. Oh my God. I'm going to keep going here. You guys ready?
Let's go, baby.
Okay, got it. Equally compelling is Anthony, whose penchant for critical analysis and keen observational wit adds a layer of sophistication to the proceedings. His incisive commentary often challenges conventional wisdom, encouraging listeners to engage in a reflective thinking about the industry, its trends, and its evolving landscape. Anthony's capacity to pose thought-provoking questions propels the conversation forward, creating an engaging dialogue that delves deeply into the philosophy of bourbon appreciation. His sharp intellect, that's not true, shines as he deftly navigates topics ranging from production techniques to market dynamics, ensuring that each episode is imbued with a sense of urgency and relevance. Then there is Steven, whose enthusiastic spirit serves as a refreshing counterpoint to his co-host's more cerebral approaches. He embodies a joyful essence of bourbon culture, infusing the podcast with an exuberance that resonates with both novices and aficionados alike. Steven's knack for storytelling, interlaced with humor and camaraderie, creates an atmosphere that feels akin to gathering around a well-worn bar, sharing stories and laughter over a glass of finely aged whiskey. His ability to connect with guests and listeners alike fosters a sense of community, reinforcing the idea that bourbon is as much about a shared experience as it is about the liquid in the glass. Oh, got to breathe one more time. We got to keep going here. You guys ready?
I'm ready, bro.
Got it.
All right. As the trio delves into the myriad of topics ranging from in-depth reviews of specific bourbon expressions to broader discussions about industry trends, their chemistry becomes palpably evident. The seamless interplay between their diverse perspectives not only enriches the content, but also offers a microcosmic glimpse into the bourbon community itself. Their discussions are often punctuated by moments of levity, ensuring that even the most esoteric of topics remains accessible and engaging. One cannot discuss the mashup without acknowledging its commitment to inclusivity within the bourbon discourse. The hosts frequently welcome a diverse array of guests, distillers, brand ambassadors, and industry insiders, each contributing unique insights and personal narratives that further enhance the podcast richness. These conversations serve not merely as a promotional exercises, but as genuine explorations of the myriad ways bourbon intersects with culture, identity, and tradition. The thoughtful curation of guests exemplifies a dedication to fostering a deeper understanding of the spirit, elevating the podcast beyond the realm of mere entertainment. In terms of the production quality, the Mashup Podcast stands as a testament to the power of professionalism in podcasting. Each episode is meticulously crafted with clear audio and thoughtful editing that enhances the overall listening experience. The hosts' voices ring out with clarity, allowing for an immersive engagement with the content that is further complemented by strategic soundscapes and thematic music choices. I didn't know anybody would ever compliment our music choices. This attention to detail not only underscores the host's commitment to quality, but also reflects a deep respect for the audience. In conclusion, the Mashup is more than a mere bourbon podcast. It's an invitation to explore the depths of a time-honored tradition through the eyes of three knowledgeable and passionate hosts. Kenny, Anthony, and Stephen embody the spirit of conviviality and intellectual curiosity, creating a platform where both the casual listener and the seasoned connoisseur can find common ground. With each episode, the trio not only elevates the conversation surrounding bourbon, but also fosters a deep appreciation for the industry and the culture that defines this beloved spirit. Thus, it is with great enthusiasm that I recommend the Mashup Podcast to anyone seeking a richly layered auditory experience that is as enjoyable as it is enlightening. Holy mackerel. Left by UK Rhino on 9/21/24. I don't know how I got through that, guys. What say you?
So to summarize, Kenny's cool, Anthony's cool, Steven's cool. Let's talk a little bit about bourbon.
Oh man. So yeah,
that was awesome.
That was absolutely unexpected.
That's what I had in mind when we started it. I'm glad he captured all that.
Oh my God, dude. That's so funny you said that. So I, like you guys, had the same exact reaction where I thought that somehow AI wrote this, but then I was like, we don't have enough out there other than the transcripts for AI to actually write something that's that personalized, right? Because AI is not that good. I mean, it's good, but it's not that good. And so, man, we quickly found out after thinking about it a little bit that this was left by Ryan Alves. And man, we were all shocked. Even Kenny, who is probably closest with Ryan,
man, that's was my boy,
1,000% shocked. And so that's that good university education that he got there, right? Man, astute. It's very astute.
That's it.
Yeah, no. But
that's that sports journalism that he used to do, man.
Yeah, no, that was amazing. We thank him so much. I mean, he's been a big supporter of ours in a lot of ways. Of course, we have a partnership with him with Bourbon Outfitter, but that transcends. It's not about that. Like just getting together with him, how he's helped us, and we've in return, it's just been a great partnership and friendship with him, and he's just such an amazing person. So we thank you, Ryan. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for the kind words. That was awesome.
There you go. What did you guys think when you heard me reading that? Yeah. The audience is probably tuned out by now.
So we started.
I think they hit fast forward a couple times.
They were like, the 30 seconds.
When we started on episode 197.
Right.
We're now on episode 199. So we have...
Yeah. I'm not going to talk for the rest of the time. The rest of the episode will be between Kenny and Steven.
So would you pass, try, or buy on the bottles tonight so we can finish this episode in a timely manner? I'm going to go try. Try's the safe one.
Yeah. All right.
You going to try?
Try, yeah. I think we'll try.
Steven?
What do you...
I mean, let's go. Try.
All right. We'll see y'all for episode 198. See y'all soon.
And with that.
There you go.
Boom.
Y'all are crazy. I love it. I freaking love it.
And if you'd like a review, please make it shorter. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and next time we record, we'll give you a shout out.
There you go.
Well, boys, for tonight, we have 2 bottles plus 1. So I guess we have a third wheel we're going to review this evening.
There you go. I love it.
For this week, we have bottles of Green River Rye and Bourbon Whiskey.
Oh, yeah. So the two Green River bottles that we have for you tonight, might I add that listeners have asked us to review Green River. So the first one is Green River Bourbon. This is from the Green River Distilling Company in Owensboro, Kentucky. The bottle date is 2024. The ABV is 45. Proof is 90. Mash bill is 70% corn, 21% rye, 9% malted barley. MSRP, near as I could tell, was like $30 to $35. But Steven found a deal at Kroger and got these for what, $30?
Total Wine.
Total Kroger.
Total Kroger. Got it from Kroger. The second bottle we have is Green River Rye, which again is the bottle date is 2024. The ABV is 47.5 and proof is 95, so 5 points higher than the bourbon. The mash bill is 95% rye and 5% malted barley. MSRP is about the same. And the very third bottle we have, Kenny, what is that one?
Third bottle is the Green River Single Barrel Hickory for Railbird.
Okay.
It is 131.4 proof.
Wowzers.
That is either the highest proof ever for Green River or second highest.
Okay.
Ryan wasn't sure, first or second highest proof
Nice.
ever for a Green River pick, but it is their traditional bourbon mash bill.
Okay. Excellent. Well, that's a lot, but we have because we have three bottles in front of us. I want to hear what you guys have to say about the bottles themselves.
So I got bourbon, rye, barrel proof bourbon.
So, gents, do you want to comment on this bottle? I guess bottles, but two of them look very similar, and the single barrel looks like it just has a different label on it.
Well, I mean, the bourbon has a black label. The rye has a green.
Oh gosh, green on a rye.
Yeah, it's a very interesting bottle because it's like flat on the face.
Right.
But if you turn it over, there's a horseshoe on the bottom.
Right, and that's super unique.
Horseshoe.
Horseshoe?
What is a horseshoe? Are there any horse socks? Is anybody listening to me?
I think.
Arrested Development.
There you go.
Game of horseshoes.
There you go. But yeah, go ahead, Steven. Sorry to interrupt there.
No. I mean, they're all the same besides, like you said, the label.
Yeah. And so as we're talking about this, what's interesting to me is right on the front of it, it says Owensboro, Kentucky. And they're very proud of that. This is is it Davies County? Or is that how you pronounce it? Because I would be very, because it has like 7 S's at the end of it. Is there a weird pronunciation for that or not?
Davies.
Is it Davies?
Davies.
It's very French.
You know what?
Davies, I guess.
It's
Yeah,
Davies.
Davies.
Okay. So anyway, they're very proud of that, Owensboro. And one thing I will say is Green River is the OG, right? That's the original name of the distillery back in like the 1900s when it started. But for a minute, they seem to be distancing themselves from this. But this was the O.Z. Tyler distillery for a little bit, right?
Yes.
Well, the bottles that we have in front of us today are, I think they debuted in 2022. Is that correct?
It's relatively pretty recent.
This pick, I believe, is this year's 2024.
2024, okay.
Maybe 2023,
But they debuted, what, 3 different products, a bourbon, a weeded bourbon, and their rye.
Correct.
I think right around 2022. I remember when the bourbon came out, and I may have said something about it on this podcast. It's been a long time since I've tried it. But everyone was clamoring because it was a $30 bottle when it was released, and they're like, best $30 bottle on the market. Mm-hmm. And I was like, let me try it. And Kenny, I think I was at your house one night, and I said, if you put that in any blind, I'll be able to pick it out because I don't like it. And I did.
Which one?
The bourbon, the regular bourbon. Okay. But that was, again, 2 years ago, and I don't know how my palate has evolved and how their liquid has evolved. So we'll see tonight how it goes. But
yeah, and
else?
They were recently acquired by Bardstown Bourbon Company.
Right.
So there has been some, like I've seen a lot of Facebook groups, some Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, bourbon people.
Right.
Have been doing a lot of picks at Green River.
Right.
And they are gaining a lot of notoriety for their picks.
Okay.
So I believe some of their stuff that's gotten a few years older has some pretty good flavor to it.
Okay.
But I haven't tried much lately is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I was the same boat as you. Once I first came out, everybody was like, oh, wow, this is great. This is great. This is great. But I believe back then we took the Cooper's Craft.
Right.
Which was like the $30 bottle as well.
Uh-huh.
And I thought it was better than the $30, $35 Green River one from back then.
It crushed it. It got to the point where somebody that I know and respect, I can't remember which person it was now, I shouldn't remember, was like, you may have got a bad bottle of Green River because it's great. It's not like you're describing it. And I said, well, if I got a bad bottle, I got a bad bottle, but I didn't like it.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And that's what we're doing this because we got several messages from people requesting that we do this bottle.
Right.
And I think they even said the newer stuff's better than the old stuff.
I think so. I mean, a lot of people that were requesting a review it were saying they liked it.
Yeah.
So they're like, what are your thoughts on this? And we were like, well, we'll get around to it at some point in time. And here we are tonight.
Yep.
So Stephen, you secured these bottles, and you went over to your local Kroger.
That's correct.
You learn anything else about them once you purchase them?
There was a fun fact I was given about this bottle.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
So the front of the bottle is flat, right?
Right.
And the bottom of it has a horseshoe.
Right.
Well, the whole bottom of the bottle is raised, and you're supposed to be able to play. I don't know if it's table football or whatever. The coin, you used to flick it.
Really?
So if you look at it, there's a little opening,
Oh, I gotcha.
and the front of the bottle could be underneath could be like a little goal. So it's a built-in drinking game.
Nice. So that's actually
Interesting.
thought about that. Hey, we're playing that next time we get together.
Is that called Flick the Bean?
I don't know what it was called.
I love it. So that's great. So there you go. The person at Kroger is giving you this fun fact, and you're looking at this bottle.
They had a rep come in, I think, a week before.
Wow.
And then so
the things that you could do to sell a bottle these days, right? You could play quarters with this. And gosh dang it, I guess if you had something that was bigger than a quarter, you might want to bust the bottom of the bottle with the bourbon
Can't
all
fit
over the
here.
table. There you go.
I think Hidden Barn has like a beer pong game built into their stuff to try to help them out.
Dude, you're killing me. But I think now we should switch over to
let's
nosing
go.
and tasting
Let's go.
this
Let's
Green
nose.
River.
let's go.
All right, we start with what? The bourbon first?
Go bourbon first.
All right, bourbon. The color on it is pretty light. It's like a lighter, I don't know, copper color. On the nose, I'm getting, I don't know. To me, it's a little bit grainy, but I'm not sure.
Kind of smells like you sat at a bar and you're like, pour me something.
Oh, there you
And
go.
they poured you this. It's like
a classic whiskey.
yeah, it's just like you smell it.
But they poured you like a $15 just basic shelfer.
Yeah.
On the nose.
Yeah.
On the nose.
Right.
Like a well drink.
Yeah. You,
Like a well drink.
It smells like bourbon. I don't really get much out of it. It's not putting me off.
Right.
It's not putting you off, but not like, oh, wow, this is great.
Right.
Are you guys planning to nose these first, or are you just going to start tasting them and nosing them?
Do you want to do bourbon first completely, then rye completely, or just nose all of them?
I think
I don't know.
I nose them all.
You wanna nose
So
them?
let's go
Yeah.
nose the rye now. Let's go nose the
Right
rye.
off the bat, the rye seems a little lighter, right? In color.
Yeah.
I don't get the ethanol burn on the nose on the rye as much, but isn't
don't
the
either.
rye a hair bit higher proof?
Oh man,
The
that
hair-
has a beautiful nose.
Yeah, the
right?
rye's actually got a nice nose compared to the
The
bourbon.
rye's 95 proof,
And the bourbon's 90.
but rye as a grain does mature faster than corn. And,
Yeah. No, the rye definitely has a nicer nose.
So sweet compared to the bourbon.
Man, it
It's
does.
sugary. Yeah. Very good.
And then now we've got the high proof
Oh, yeah. This
railbird pick.
So it says hickory. Is that because it's like in hickory wood, or that's just what they called it?
It's
Is there any like meaning behind the name?
it has to do with Andrew Dice Clay.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Hickory Dickory Dock. Just Google that.
Are you kidding? Stop. You better not. You better not. Stop right there.
I'm going to take my question back.
Oh, my God. Kenny's on one.
I didn't know we had a literary scholar here tonight.
There you go. You were inspired by Ryan's review to be poetic.
Dude, honestly, man, like once I found out that was not AI,
Yeah.
just man,
So impressive.
it hit,
like,
dude.
yeah.
No, it hit me in the feels, dude.
Right. No, it was. It
Because
was.
I mean,
Yeah, it was very nice.
because I mean, here's the thing: for anybody that's met Ryan, they already know he's like legit salt of the earth, best dude.
Right.
But people that don't know him are like, all right, it's Ryan Alves, whatever. But for him to take that much time, man, to put that much effort into that, man, that means a lot.
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
I even commented like, how much time did this?
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. It had to take
Where
a lot of
is my
time.
bottle of that pick?
It is right here, sir.
All right.
So right off the bat, it has the same notes as like the rye.
But 131.4 proof on the nose. It's
By getting
way
zero.
less ethanol
Way.
than the 90 proof regular.
The 90 proof is just right now on the nose. The 90
Oh
proof is
my
standing out as
gosh.
something you don't want. I mean, nose wise,
Wow.
right?
Jeez.
So you guys know that like they were back in their history, They were one of the few distilleries who had like medicinal approval to serve like their whiskey and serve it, like to have it, given to branch of the military, basically. Like they have a storied history with Green River, even though it was shut down by I think like 1955, and it was shuttered ever since. Prior to, they had like a lot of accolades. They had the early medals, like the World's Fair, all those kind of things going on. So they were like a famed distillery and one of the first, like I guess the 10th distillery or something in Kentucky or something like that.
That's what the thing says.
Yeah. But anyway, I just thought I would mention that while we're getting ready to taste here, is that they do have a very strong history with Green River, the pride of Owensboro.
Yes, I kind of looked on the old Google,
There you go, the Google.
And the O.Z. Tyler Distillery.
No, it's the Green River Distilling Company.
Right, but I'm saying the old school distillery where they're at.
Right.
Has been home for many famous distilleries. So Green River, Ezra Brooks, Mellow Corn, Medley Brother, Old Medley, Five Brothers, Kentucky Bow.
Really?
That's like, so they are, like you said, they're
Legit.
old school,
They got
legit,
a lot of history
to them.
Yeah.
A lot of history.
You guys ready for tasting?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
We're doing regular bourbon first?
Let's go in order, yeah.
All right.
All right.
Again, bartender, I'm sitting here sipping and
Man.
tastes like bourbon.
Tastes like bourbon. Vanilla, but grainy. I'm getting a lot of vanilla. And I mean, I don't want to call it.
At least the mouth feels a tiny bit creamy.
Tiny bit, yeah.
Not watery as much.
Yeah.
But yeah, vanilla and grainy.
Vanilla grain, creamy. It's not bad, but it's not great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I don't know. Is there anything else you guys are picking up in it? It's almost like a vanilla candle, like, which some people like that. I don't. I think that's like artificial flavor.
I would say artificial.
Artificial flavor.
Well, move on to rye.
Yeah. We'll come back and revisit the bourbon if you have anything to say about it. What do you think? Getting something else?
No, but I'm trying to think if this is better than, because this is since you just bought it from Kroger today,
right?
It has to be a newer batch than what we bought 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to think if it's any better than what we tried 2 years ago.
Well, I can say that what I tried 2 years ago, I was not a fan of from the get. I didn't get what all the hype was about. I didn't think it was even good for a $30 bourbon. I know we didn't review it, but I dismissed it then. And now,
it's at least okay.
It seems a little bit better. Yeah. A little bit okay. A little bit better. I can't wait to try this rye.
Why not?
Right. Dynamite drop in, Steven.
I was not expecting that from the rye.
I wasn't either. It doesn't taste like a rye. For being a 95.5, it's rye, but it's not powerful like piney rye. It's very muted rye. It's not like it almost has a little bit of like a caramel sweetness, and then the rye portion of it's not spicy. Is it spicy to you?
I mean, very, very faintly, but I'm getting a lot of grain.
Yeah, it's grainy.
Yeah.
It's when I said caramel sweetness, it's a caramel sweetness with a grain, but the grain is grain. It's not like a spicy or weird or whatever else. It's just, it doesn't taste like it's been aged that long.
Yeah,
It doesn't have a lot of oak characteristic at all. No. I mean, neither do. The bourbon doesn't. The rye doesn't. It's middle of the road,
That's a 95.5?
Yeah, that's what it says on their website, 95.5. Unless they got something else going on. Does that taste like 95.5 to you?
No, sir.
Yeah, I was going to say, not in any stretch of the imagination.
I've had 95.5, obviously MGP, but also 95.5 Bardstown.
Right.
And this does not taste like 95.5.
What's the youngest 95.5 you've had?
3 or 4 years at least.
And what was this?
This non-age stated.
That's non-age stated, so it might be a 2 to 3 year old bourbon, but I hope it's, I don't know.
I feel like we've had 2 year bourbon rye before. And
I said good. Yeah, that's true. 2 year old rye does seem pretty good sometimes, but so far, I mean, flavor profiles aren't knocking out of the park here.
Well, we want to see what Hickory Dickory Dock has to give us.
Andrew Dice Clay, baby.
Sure.
Don't sound too excited.
I'm very excited. I can't believe you brought that up.
I mean, anybody from my era, man, that's what they know.
I'm
Andrew Dice Clay, nursery rhymes, dog.
I'm technically from your era, but I was younger and I was listening to that stuff when I shouldn't be. So I'm familiar. Yeah, that was the only CD. Listen to all the weird stuff we listened to growing up, like gangster rap, everything else. When we had the Andrew Dice Clay CD, my buddy Mike in Ohio, we played Sega CD. Okay, remember Sega CD?
The console?
Yeah, the console. So we're playing Sega CD, Major League Baseball, killing it with the Indians, Colorado Rockies. That was during the strike shortened season, right? But we had a double CD of Andrew Dice Clay the day the laughter died, and we would play that constantly. And his mom caught wind. So we got it from like one of those CD clubs. Get like 12,
Oh,
yeah.
12 CDs for a cent or whatever, right?
Right.
BMG or something like
BMG.
that.
And for the next 7
What was the other one?
years,
Right.
yeah,
There was two of them.
There was a couple of them, yeah. So,
Columbia.
Columbia. That was the other
Columbia.
one.
That's
Yeah.
right. So we get that double CD from one of those record clubs, and we play it on loop. She heard us the one day laughing in the basement playing Sega CD.
no.
She came straight downstairs, screamed at us. What do you guys think you're doing? Blah, blah, blah. Pulled the CDs out of there. We never saw those CDs again, but man, we had already listened to them like 19 times, so it didn't matter. There you go, Kenny.
Man. So like she's the original Karen, right? She's the OG Karen.
OG Karen. No, she did the right thing is what she did. No, she's like a second mom to me, man. So, I mean, yeah, we pushed the limit with her so many times. My God. All right, what do we think of the barrel proof?
Well, before we get started, Kenny, you have a lot of this bottle gone. What's up with that?
This bottle was left here by somebody.
Okay.
Okay.
I have no idea where I even got the bottle from.
Okay.
So you didn't buy
I did
it.
not even know it was the Railbird pick until I showed it to Alves earlier,
Okay.
and he informed me of that.
No.
Wow.
This might have been left here by Ron Lynch or
Okay.
somebody else.
Okay.
But I will say this does not have the youthful graininess of the first two.
I agree.
And at 131 proof, it does not drink more than 115 to me. 120 at the most, 115.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice whiskey. Did you say what the MSRP of this was, though?
I'm assuming 69, 79 bucks. I
Okay.
think I've
Right.
seen some Green River picks on some other websites and places, and for 79 bucks, 69 bucks. I'm assuming this is around that.
And then
Right.
the full proof in the store was about $15 more than what I paid, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
$15-$20 more. So
So it'd been about 50 to 55.
yeah.
I think these are 69.
I think it was on sale for 48 maybe.
Really? Okay.
But that was on sale. So
Yeah. So this is probably 69-ish bucks, I'm assuming.
So this actually has some nice bourbon notes to it. The one thing I will say, though, is the corn in this is evident, and it's like a cream corn, but a sweet cream corn mixed with a little bit of, again, I'm getting a little bit of like a malty caramel note is the best way to explain it. And there's a little bit of something right at the front of the palate, though, that's inviting. It almost tastes like an older, well-aged bourbon, but it dissipates so quickly. It's like snap of the fingers, gone. I almost feel like, Steven, going back to your, like, the bourbon feeling like it's something you get in a bar. It, like, has those notes right at the beginning. And it's like, this is the stuff I wanted to try, but it dissipates so quickly. Yeah.
the full proof is definitely better than I think the other two.
I agree with that. I mean, but again, when you're thinking about it, you're saying, what's a full proof better than the other two? But there's a price difference as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd almost say that, like, when we're thinking about this, guys, as we get to past try by here, I almost would call these, unfortunately, budget bourbons, right? Budget bourbon and ryes, because even though $30 to $35 is not cheap,
I was just going to say that. I mean, that's not the budget price range.
it's not cheap. But anymore right now, I mean, think about the stuff we review on the podcast and how things unfold. You know, it's really interesting to think about this as budget.
But in that $20 range is a lot.
There is, right?
a lot.
Think about the Evan Williams and stuff like that. And I'm not trying to look at Kenny. If you hear
I
bottles
know.
clanking in the background, he's trying to. Are you trying to blind us, sir? Or are you just trying to pull something else out?
I'm thinking Kenny's going to do something budget,
Right.
for the same price point as this.
Can I look over or not?
You know the answer. to
I
that.
looked over. I did.
You
I did
fool.
look. Sorry.
I'm just blinding myself.
Oh, he's blind.
Oh,
I don't care about you guys.
Okay, I was going to say he's
Screw
like, forget
us.
about
This is every
us.
man for himself. Screw y'all.
So
All right, so I poured a blind.
Right.
Well, no, I didn't blind.
It's not
I take
blind.
that back.
I saw it.
I poured another bottle.
Poured a bottle.
Against to go against the original or the
Bottle.
regular
That's that
90
Kentucky
proof
come out
bourbon.
bottle.
I'm gonna taste it here real quick.
There you go. Doesn't compare. Okay.
Same thing as we did 2 years ago.
Okay. All right. Well,
Now,
I'll take your word for it without having to drink another pour.
Yeah. So now I poured something else to go. Oh, and you didn't see this one. You don't know what this one is, Anthony.
I don't. Only
So
saw
I
one.
poured something to go against the 131 proof store pick.
Okay.
Ooh, you didn't see what that was.
oh,
did
you
not.
didn't go against the regular bottle. You did the pick.
The first one I poured was against the regular
Okay.
bottle. The second one I poured is going against the higher proof pick.
Okay.
Well, I just sipped another bit of the rye, and the rye is growing on me. I got a little lemongrass. I'm getting more rye notes out of the rye than I was out of the bourbon. So the rye is evolving for me into maybe being something that's more palatable.
Yeah.
No.
I'm going back and forth on this last blind.
Okay. And I'm going to go back to the cast strength here in a second.
That lemongrass is a good call.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm getting that.
There you go. It's like a...
Anthony?
Yes, sir. What
Try
is this?
that.
Try it.
Yep, try
There's
that.
only a tiny bit left here. Do you want me to...
Yeah, you can finish it.
Okay.
You got one. Yep.
Oh, that's got way more oak to it.
And try that.
Wow. What is that?
Try that.
That one had way more oak, caramel, bourbon flavors, vanilla, like just a really nice... Okay, and the second one now here.
Yep.
Okay, that one was good too. No, sorry. Both good. Both good.
Yeah.
That one's got a finish that's pretty nice.
I thought they were pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing the tiny. This was the Kenny backwash pour. I got a tiny bit of that. Steven, we spared you because there wasn't enough.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got the 100.
Saw that.
This, I mean, this is what it is.
I still have. I don't have any of the rye left on the table here. So
Let me try that too. I'm curious.
yeah, do the rye with him because I know that Old Forester rye inside out.
I mean, I finished that half my bottle at home, so
Yeah, it's good. That's good. That is the budget rye. I feel like of the century there.
Gosh, dude, it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's not right for them to put that out at that price. It is just not. It's not fair to the competitors. It's just not fair. It's not fair.
Reaction. Yeah, the same.
It's not fair.
What is that brightness? Is it just
I
like
don't know.
it's
It's like
mint?
I think it's a citrus minty. Kind
Yeah,
of
it's
thing.
like it's like
a
this
citrus
cl-
rind.
It's this clean, bright
Yeah.
first sip.
It's just.
Why does it come back to this?
I'm just saying. I mean, when you think about it.
I mean, I'm still going to keep my opinion the same, but
okay.
So, boys, would you pass, try, or buy on the Green River Bourbon /Rye /Foolproof?
I want to give a quick, shot. I'll just go through these real quick.
In order?
Yeah,
bourbon,
the
rye,
bourbon,
pick.
I feel the same way I did about it the first time I tasted it. Unfortunately for it, I really don't think that with all the other products on the shelf that are in the $20 to $25 range that I'm going to be going for this one. Until something changes, I'm going to pass on the bourbon. On the rye, I think it would be a try on the rye because the rye has some good quality. Especially, I think in some markets you're going to probably find it for $30. And so it wasn't abrasive. It didn't really taste like a rye all that much. And it had like a pretty good, I'm trying to think, Kenny, stop it. The rye, he's making faces at me. The rye it had like, it had characteristics that I liked about it. Okay. So I'm going to try. And then the Foolproof is a different animal because it's a pick. It's got some good stuff going on, but
Now
dang
pause,
because all I was going to say in my analysis was whatever
I handed you blinds.
the blinds, those were both better. So unfortunately, because you said it was a Railbird pick, I would think I would have to pass on that. I just think I'm not a fan of their bourbon right now.
Pause.
Okay, please.
I handed you two blinds.
Right.
First blind, second blind.
Right.
I think you liked them both.
I did. I liked them both. They were both very good.
The second blind
Right.
is this Green River Railbird pick.
Wait, what?
Yes.
What do you mean?
I handed you this Railbird second.
So you poured the same pour for me.
No, the first blind I gave you
Right.
is a Logic Reg Barrel Proof
Okay.
C924.
Which was very good.
And the second blind I gave you was not, it was the same Green River pick.
So you threw it in there
Yeah.
as like a control.
Yeah. So that's why I wanted to try that.
Okay.
I wanted to try the Green River at 131 proof against an Logic Reg Barrel Proof. Exactly.
Well, you know what's interesting? In my glass, for some reason, it doesn't have as much oak as it had in the blind you gave me. With that, I would probably try the bourbon for sure. 100% try the bourbon. Yeah. So I am a pass, try.
Pass, try.
There you go.
You want to go next, Steve, or you want me to go?
I'll go. All right. So for the bourbon, I am a pass.
Okay.
I did not like it.
Okay.
The rye, I am a try.
Okay.
I like the sweetness up front on it.
Yep.
And it was fine to drink.
Okay.
So let's try.
Okay.
So for the pick, I was actually torn if I was going to be a pass or a try.
Okay.
I think I landed on a try.
Okay.
The money's not that bad for it.
Right.
And it was actually a lot better than the bourbon, I thought. So,
Okay.
But it didn't blow my socks off, so I wasn't a buy for it. But I figured for a try, it'd be good.
Okay, Mr. Kenny.
All right. So the foolproof is a pick, not their traditional. Their traditional foolproof, I believe, is about $49.
Right.
We don't have one of those tonight.
Yeah, we almost had one. Mr. Townsend almost gave us one.
Yeah.
But we missed out on it.
The foolproof picks are usually 69 to 74.
Okay.
So right now there is a 132 proof foolproof pick on Bourbon Outfitter from Drums and Drams.
Okay.
So
How much is that?
$74.99.
Okay.
So 69 to 74 for a foolproof pick.
Okay. And if Cam picked it, I would be more likely to trust it.
If his wife picked it. But anyway.
Going hard on Cam in the paint.
I know, I love Cam.
There you go.
So for the traditional bourbon, I am a pass.
Okay.
What I poured, so I did pour myself some, not blinds, I just poured myself some stuff to taste against it. I poured what we talked about. I poured the Cooper's Craft 100 proof.
Right.
And
Destroyed.
For the same $30-$35, it's just way better.
Destroys.
So way better. So I'm a pass on the traditional bourbon.
Okay.
For the rye, I am a pass
Wow.
because I poured the $23 to $25
You
Old
can't do
Forester
that.
rye. The Old Forester 100 proof rye crushes.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that rye must
You
take
even
out.
tasted it.
I did, but it must take out like
And
a
you
quarter of the
agreed.
market.
It crushed it.
I mean, it does. But
So I'm a pass on the bourbon. I'm a pass on the rye.
Okay.
Once you get to the, we don't have a traditional foolproof.
Right.
So I do not know what to say about the traditional foolproof that's $49.
Okay.
My guess, and I'm just going to guess here, say you buy a benchmark foolproof that's what, 30, 35?
I think so. No, benchmark's cheaper than that, I think.
On the foolproof, though.
Oh, foolproof might be 30, 35, yeah.
My guess is this would crush that because benchmark foolproof sucks.
Yeah.
So
You're going to not make any friends with us saying that.
hey, it is what it is, man.
Hey, it's Stank Junior.
Remember when we put that in the blinds that one year?
Yeah.
And everyone thought it was like vomit. So
Right.
it was not good.
Well, one of Michael's greatest moments on the podcast when he was with us was when he rightfully called out that he said it smells like my feet after a run.
Yeah.
He says buttery.
Butter.
Buttery like my feet after a run.
So
yeah.
So my guess is the foolproof is better than like benchmark foolproof, but I haven't tasted that. But this foolproof pick,
Right.
$69 to $74.
Yeah, you fooled me.
And I poured it next to Elijah Craig Barrel Proof
Right.
C924,
Right.
which is $79 to $89 here locally.
Right.
So I would have to be honestly a buy
Okay.
on a pick.
Okay.
But when I say that, try it first, or make
Right.
sure that pick has some emotional ties to you. You know the people that did the pick. You enjoy the store. You're a regular customer of that store, or at least try it first. So I'm kind of a try to buy, I guess,
Right.
between that, because you do want to try it. But I would take this Railbird pick definitely a buy compared to a C924.
Okay.
so you liked it better than EC?
I liked
Yeah.
it as much or better than the EC.
Okay.
And it's at least probably $5 to $15 cheaper.
There you go.
Good reason.
So, but I'm a pass on the first two, though.
Okay.
So, and we've had a lot of listeners for the last 6 months write in about
Green River.
but
Yeah,
I've kind of
definitely.
like put it off and ignored it because our experience with them originally. And I didn't think it would go as good as a lot of our listeners might think.
Right.
So here's the thing. Go grab you a Cooper's Craft 100 proof for a bourbon. Grab you an Old Forester 100 proof rye and save yourself some money, and you get some better bourbon, in my opinion.
And
That's just me, though.
And I think a takeaway might be this, that Green River is probably laying down some good stuff. It's probably just going to depend on what you're getting from them. Like where in that big production
Yes.
that's now owned by Bardstown, where those cherry barrels are going to be, right? Where are the ones that are going to taste the best? And that's just kind of unknown, right?
Well, because I would buy
the
this
stock
pick
product, yeah.
way over an
Right.
ECBP batch.
Right.
And it's $5 to $15 cheaper.
Right.
So, yes, I'm a buy completely on that. So,
Right. So-
yeah, it just depends on which ones you're getting.
So it's probably higher age, higher proof, and you can't really predict that. So, but stock products, like, man, I don't even want to know what the wheated bourbon tastes like because it probably is not good.
That's why I didn't buy it.
Yeah, I was just
Because I
saying.
was like, I don't know how this is going to taste.
Wheat,
Right.
Yeah.
rye.
Steven got it right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rye will develop the soonest, then corn, then wheat.
Wheat.
Right.
So if it's a young wheater, it can't be.
That's
good.
why I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
Do we know of a number of people that have gone to their pick?
I know Alves has with Bourbon Junkies and some other people.
I think it's trickling out now.
So they feel like they had a good
dude. Some of their picks are honestly great. Like this one. Like I would 100%. So here's the thing: Bourbon Outfitters still has Cam's Drums and Drams pick.
Right.
So if I go to buy something here soon from Bourbon Outfitter,
probably gonna pick
I
one
will add a Cam's Drum and Dram to that just to try it because how good this pick is.
Yeah, I got to imagine the stuff that,
you know what I'm saying?
that they're getting to pick from is probably at least 6, 7, 8 years old. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Boom.
And that is it.
And with that, thanks for listening to this episode. Please like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Mashup KY.
Don't forget to visit our partner, bourbonoutfitter.com. Enter code The Mashup for a special discount.
Also,
head on over to our partner, the Woodwork Collective, at woodworkcollective.shop. Enter code MASHUP for a 15% discount.
Also, let us know your thoughts as bottom in the comment section. Until next time, keep it neat.